Okay. So today, I'm going to read you a story. What do you do with a tail like this? And as I read it, I want you to focus on something. The author is doing something very special throughout the story. And I want you guys to listen for it. You'll hear it, trust me. He's going to do something, and it's going to continue throughout the whole thing.
Oh yeah,
So,
it's like the tail's going to be in a circle.
what do you do with a tail like this? After I read this, we are going to take that special thing that he does, and we're going to use it in our own writing. We're going to practice that strategy that he uses, because it makes writing sound very cool. So what do you do with the tail like this?
If you open the whole book and you face it down on the front, it's a whole going.
Animals use their noses, ears, tails, eyes, mouths, and feet in very different ways. See if you can guess which animal each part belongs to and how it is used. At the back of the book, you can find more about these animals. What do you do with a nose like this?
Like that one.
These are different noses from animals. If you're an alligator, you breathe through your nose while hiding in the water. If you're a mole, you use your nose to find your way underground. If you're an elephant, you use your nose to give yourself a bath. If you're a platypus, you use your nose to dig in the mud. If you're a hyena, you find your next meal with your nose. What do you do with ears like these? If you're a hippopotamus, you close your ears when you're underwater. If you're a bat, you see with your ears. If you're a jackrabbit, you use your ears to keep cool. If you're a cricket, you hear with your ears that are on your knees.
What about the witch?
If you're a humpback whale, you hear sounds hundreds of miles away.
Wow.
What's the author going to say next?
What do you do
with a tail like this?
Oh yeah.
What's he doing? He's repeating. He's repeating that line, isn't it? But he's changing that one word.
Like tail.
If you're a scorpion, your tail can give a nasty sting. If you're a lizard, you break off your tail to get away. If you're a skunk, you lift your tail to warn that a stinky spray is on the way. If you're a giraffe, you brush off pesky flies with your tail. If you're a monkey, you hang from a tree by your tail. What's the author going to say next?
What do you do with eyes like this? I said this.
That's okay. He changes that word a little bit too. If you're an eagle, you spot tiny animals from high in the air. If you're a chameleon, you look two ways at once. If you're a four-eyed fish, you look above and below water at the same time. If you're a horned lizard, you squirt blood out of your eyes. If you're a bush baby, you use your large eyes to see clearly at night.
I like bush baby.
What's he gonna say?
What do you do with feet like these? I knew it.
You did.
I did too.
If you're a blue-footed booby, you do a dance. If you're a water strider, you walk on water. If you're a chimpanzee, you feed yourself with your feet. If you're a mountain goat, you leap from ledge to ledge. If you're a gecko, you use your sticky feet to walk on the ceiling.
Oh, wow.
Now what?
What do you do
With a mouth like this. Notice how the author is using that special line.
He's repeating.
If you're an egg-eating snake, you use your mouth to swallow eggs larger than your head. If you're a mosquito, you use your mouth to suck blood. If you're a pelican, you use your mouth as a net to scoop up fish. If you're an anteater, you capture termites with your long tongue. If you're an archerfish, you catch insects by shooting them down with a stream of water. What's next? happening throughout the story.
He kept repeating, what do you do?
Yeah, he kept repeating that. It was a question that he was asking the reader. So a pattern like this, the repeating pattern, comes back again throughout the story.
Like he's going on.
So what do you think that the repeating line does to the story? Do you think that it makes it better? Well,
Like he does it with each part of the body.
yeah, each part of the body. So it kind of introduces what part of the body he's going to talk about, doesn't it? I think that it gives the story a little bit of organization. Don't you guys think? He kind of asks us and we think to ourselves after he asks us, and then the author gives us the answers. So when he says, what do you do with a nose like this? We open up the page and he tells us the answers. We always know what he's going to explain about the different kinds of animals. I think that the repetition in the book allows us to know what body part he's going to talk about, kind of like Joelle said. So what do you guys think that the book, what do you guys think that the book would sound like if there wasn't any repetition? Do you think that the book would be the same?
No, it would change.
How would it change? How would it be different? What if there was no repetition? What would you think about this book?
It would be amazing.
Maybe. It would be a lot different, wouldn't it? It wouldn't be the same as it is now. Because there wouldn't be a pattern. There wouldn't be anything repeating throughout the book, letting you know what the author is going to talk about. So now I'm going to give each of you a pencil and paper, and I want you to kind of do what the author did in What Do You Do with a Tale Like This. I want you to repeat lines in your story. But as you write, you can repeat certain parts as many times as you want. And you don't have to repeat a question. You don't have to repeat a sentence. You can repeat even a word if you want. You could repeat your name throughout the story. You could repeat a question like this author did. Or you could repeat a special part or a sad part. You can repeat whatever you want and as many times as you want. So I want you guys to practice repeating words or repeating lines in your own story. So write your name on your paper and start practicing using repeating lines just like this author did in his book. Repeating lines or repeating words to show how you can use repetition in your